There's a channel called Farah Shari, and it looks like she was an ex-Google recruiter at one of the big FAANG companies, and she is explaining why lying gets you hired. So let's go ahead and check it out, provide our perspective. I've worked at some of these different organizations in the past, so we can superimpose our experiences with what she's saying and take it from there. Let's have a look.
These are lies you can say in a job interview. At least that's what it feels like when you're the one saying them. Because what I'm going to share are the moments where your honest answer could hurt you, even though it shouldn't. And the version you give instead, it's not fake. It's what everyone in hiring expects you to say. But if no one's ever told you that, it can feel like you're being dishonest. I spent over a decade on the
I talk about this in some of my other videos, guys, where communication skills are super important. Really, it's your communication that ultimately ends up getting you the job. It's your communication that ultimately ends up making your job easier and making your life easier. And as you go through school, as you go through, high school and college and university, and you're going for your degrees, they teach you all the technical stuff, the calculations and everything else, especially if you're in the technical field or if you're a nurse. They teach you how all the medical lingo and everything and the procedures and everything else. However, nobody really goes too much into detail on the communication side of things. Maybe they make you take 1 or 2 classes on communication, but out in the real world, somebody who is on point with their communication skills and their communication style is going to out-earn and outperform someone who is not very good with the communication. I know this because I was not, and I still don't think I'm the best. It's a journey of constant improvement and constant learning, but it plays a major part during the interview process when you guys are out there trying to get your interviews. It's the make or break between you getting hired versus the other 4 or 5 other people that are also interviewing for the same position. Even before that, even getting the interview, even to be able to get the interview, you have to differentiate yourself from the other candidates with the gatekeepers. And the gatekeepers that decide whether you are going to get the interview or not, they used to be other human beings. But the way things are currently going in 2025, 2026, and on, it's no longer humans that are the gatekeepers to these things. It's going to be automated systems. As of right now, it is a system called the ATS. Go ahead and leave comments down below and let me know if you guys want to know more about the ATS system. I have some software that I'm currently developing to help with this whole process. Join the wait list, show some interest, and if there is interest, I'll push forward with it even more to make sure to help you guys out with that process, because I'm very familiar with this, dealt with this interview and job application process for quite some time. I have some systems in place that can help you guys out. So let's go ahead and continue.
Other side of the hiring table at Google, TikTok, Uber, Lyft, and the New York Times. And I'm going to walk you through all 9 of the answers that we expect you to give and why. So let's get into it. Number 1. How are you? This feels like small talk, but it's not. It's an audition that starts before you think it does. I've watched candidates lose momentum in the first 10 seconds of an interview. They'll say something like, I'm just getting over a cold, or honestly, it's been a rough week, or traffic was a nightmare getting here. And what they don't realize is that I'm already taking a mental note. Not because I'm judging them as a person, but because I'm asking myself, is this how they're going to show up on a hard day at work? You are always great. Always. So say, I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Look at that. Their interview questions are not just for funsies. Hey, we're just trying to have a conversation. Hey, relax. No. They're analyzing your butt from the get-go, from the moment you walk in, the way you walk, the way you communicate. A simple question. Look at that. How are you? And she's over here talking about people are asking, responding with all these goofy, long-winded small talk answers. And they're not there for the small talk, dude. They're trying to analyze you. They're trying to see if you're confident. They're trying to see if you speak confidently. If you're not speaking confidently now, how are you going to speak confidently when you're working and when you're trying to give your updates and do all that kind of stuff? So look at that. Calculated from the get-go, which means what? Which means you guys got to be calculated from the get-go too. How are you? I would not be interested in small talk. I'm not a small talk individual. I mean, I'm an introvert, if you guys didn't know. But when it comes to turning the switch on and getting the work done, you got to turn that switch on and get focused on what the goal is. You're trying to get hired. Talk about the job. Talk about they're not there for funsies either. They're doing their job. They're recruiters. They're interviewing. They have a whole bunch of other stuff that they have to do. They're not there for the small talk. They're trying to analyze you, get the check the box, interview complete. What did you think about them? Did they pass? Did they not pass? Right? You got to keep your hand on the holster. Let's keep going.
That's it. You're not being fake. You're showing me that you can regulate your energy when it matters. That's a skill. And the interview starts the second you walk into the room, not when the first real question gets asked. Number 2, why do you want to work here? Here's what most people say. I went to your website and I really love your mission and values. That's what everybody says. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking when I hear that. Nothing really. It tells me nothing about you. It tells me that you spent 5 minutes on our About page. So what you want to do is flip the question entirely. Stop making it about what you want from them and make it about what you're going to do for them. Something like, I've outgrown my current role and I'm looking for a new challenge. And based on what I've seen about this team's goals, I know I can help you solve, and then insert the problem. You're not there to take, you are there to contribute. And here's the mindset shift. Stop treating interviews like auditions where you're hoping to be chosen. Treat them like a meeting between two parties who both have something to offer. That energy shift, hiring managers can feel it immediately. Number 3, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Let me tell you what we're actually asking, because it's not about your 5-year plan. We don't actually care about your 5-year plan. What we want to know are 2 things. 1, are you going to leave in 6 months? And 2, are your goals aligned with this role? Or are you going to get bored and become a problem? Which is why you never say, I'm going to grad school. Never say,
Nice. I made another video if you guys check it out right here, okay? I go into how cutthroat these companies can be. During this phase, they're going to tell you stuff like, oh, we're one big happy family. When you get to the later stages and they really like you and thinking about hiring you, guys, you have to go into these interviews and make sure you answer the questions exactly what they asked you. Go ahead and quickly answer it, get it out of the way, and then take control. Fill their brain with the things that you want them to focus on about you after you answer their question. That'll cause them to steer in that direction a little bit more, and it'll make it easier for you. This goes into interview prepping. Again, go ahead and check the link in the description, guys. Join the wait list. Connect with me. I can help you guys out with this kind of stuff. Or just leave comments in the down below and let me know if you guys want more information and want more content regarding this kind of stuff. Because I do have experience in the tech space. I do have experience across multiple industries. I can help you guys out. I've landed tons of interviews. Even while recording this video, I've been getting missed calls and missed phone calls of people trying to contact me and whatnot, and it's just nonstop. Meanwhile, there's people out there struggling. They've been applying and applying and applying and haven't heard back, and everyone's ghosting each other and everything. But the people who know how to get these things done, they're being inundated with requests and things like this. So to touch on her other point that she talked about, you're not lying. You guys have to develop more confidence, and you guys might want to look up what is a white lie. Is that a lie? Or are you just kind of tweaking and twisting and modifying? There is a way to finesse it to where you're not lying, guys. You could say that, oh, I'm an Uber driver. Or you could say, oh, I work for a multi-billion-dollar corporation where I have to make sure that I take care of customer logistics to ensure that the individuals are able to go from one location to another location with a very high degree, with a 99% accuracy rate, you know? You're saying the same thing. One was an Uber driver, and the other is, I'm an Uber. Hey, you guys got to be able to. It's your communication skills that needs to improve, especially with these interview things. So,
starting my own business. Never say, hopefully in a leadership role somewhere, because somewhere tells me probably not here. Even if those things are true, and they might be, that's not what we want to hear in this moment. What we need to hear is, I see myself here. I see myself becoming an expert in this area and I'm a valuable part of this team. This role aligns with where I want to go because, and then you connect it to something specific about the job. You're not lying about who you are. You're telling the version of the truth that serves this conversation. There's a difference. Number 4, why are you looking for a new opportunity? This is for when you're employed. We don't want to hear that you hate your boss or that your company is toxic, that you're being micromanaged or underpaid or undervalued.
Yeah, I agree with that. Another point, don't be negative during the interview. Don't be throwing people under the bus and all that kind of stuff. Always be positive. Always be positive. Even if you've had a negative experience, you got to turn that negative experience. Hey, I was laid off. And then they'll say, oh, that's unfortunate. But you can cut them off and straight up be like, with confidence, say, no, it's no big deal. It allowed me the opportunity to explore other opportunities. So I think it's great. I'm excited for what's ahead. You took a layoff and you just completely twisted upside down. You're like, wow, this person got laid off, even with severe adversity. When everyone else is crying and pulling their hair out because they got laid off, this person is taking it on the chin like that. And just not only is he not negative, but he's like looking forward. He sees it as a positive. Wow. Yeah, this guy's not going to give us any trouble. This guy's not going to give us any problems. Yeah, I like this guy. I want that. I want to have this. We already have too much negativity. I want some positivity. This guy brings some positivity. I want this guy.
Even if every word of it's true, especially if it's true, that's not what you say. And here's why. When you trash your current employer, I'm not thinking, oh, that sounds terrible. Instead, I'm thinking, what is she going to say about us in 2 years?
Yeah, guys, this all touches on the importance of communication. We touched on a few things here. This is coming from an ex-Google recruiter here, apparently. These individuals, they have these interviews. They have hundreds of interviews a month, probably. I know when I was in the phase when I'm looking for work, I'm interviewing within a year, I'm probably, you know, if I go hard, I'm probably have 1,000, 3,000, 2,000, at the most 3,000 interviews. I'm going hard. I'm going like multiple interviews a day straight until I'm landing things. So I'm familiar with these interviews, and that's what it takes. And there's a right way and a wrong way of doing it. And that's phase one, to be able to land the interview. Phase two is once you get the interviews, are your communication skills good enough to where you can get yourself to the second round with the actual hiring manager, or sometimes the third round as well. So it comes down to your communication skills and understanding how their processes and everything works to be able to finesse your way through the whole process and land a job, start cranking out good work for the company that you're trying to get at, and start getting paid, right? So yeah, this just goes to show that there's proper ways of doing these things, guys. You can't just shotgun things. You got to be more surgical. You got to be more calculated out there, because this video shows from an ex-Googler that the companies are very targeted. They're very surgical. They're very calculated, and there's a lot of competition out there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.